listening is disturbing. Creator rise, I was positive surgeon. Cosmic folks see emergence. Brain of eternal, hands on my time. Impossible prince can God watch you step in the mind. Soul triggers, power holy divine righteousness. Combined with courage, love of essence. Don't let trauma bind and block your blessings. When you behind the veil, you hear the confession. Give you limitation, corruption, fear, deception. This the age of knowing, evolution, and resurrection. Welcome back to another episode of Talk That Crap. We're going to have a great episode tonight. I'm joined by my brother, Sigma Uno. We appreciate you, welcoming you back to the platform. Tell everybody what's up, brother.
What's up, buddy? How's everybody doing? Sigma Uno.
And if y'all should know by now, he's a frequent guest on Talk That Crap. So y'all should know who he is by now. For those who don't, give him a breakdown of who you
are. My name is Sigma Uno. I work with youth and young adults. I'm a community person, love my community, love my people, an entrepreneur as well. And here to talk that crap.
Oh, my man, here to talk that crap. Y'all, look, we in for a good talk tonight. Because we all know that there's been a whole lot of change been going on lately. Yeah, we know that definitely. There were certain eclipses that ushered in a particular type of change. We know that there's particular energy right now that's coming in that's a change. So what I want to talk about, first of all, is this new energy that's coming upon the planet right now. This new energy has been frequently amazing. I mean, it's been coming in so impactful where I had to retrain myself how to breathe again. Like the breathing techniques that I once was doing, I'm talking about even a year ago. This week, I had to change my frequency of how I did my breathing treatment. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And from that, also, we're looking at the hurricanes, we're looking at the tornadoes, we're looking at the weather, we're looking at all of these things that are happening, the solar flares. Can you share with the family what this new energy means to you?
Whew. Well, it was there's a couple of things that happened. You know, I heard sporadically on the news and social media about the new moon, the two moons that arrived, and I had my own thoughts in the back of my mind of how it would affect everybody, but I was not ready. I was not ready for the impact that it did for me, man. When I tell you, looking at it was one thing, and I think I'd seen it some years before, but looking at it was one thing, but it felt like to me that there was it brought in this vortex. And if you understand what the moon does, and again, I'm not an expert when it comes to moons, but one thing I do know, it affects the tides. It also affects people in different ways. Like it affected my wife in a way because just the things, just the construct of a woman, period. So it affects them differently. But when how it affected me, I felt like things sped up for me. And there's some things that I put out in the universe that I was expecting to see. And sometimes it takes a while. So I'm patient when it comes to that. But it seemed like everything sped up and everything was coming so quickly. And it felt like I was under the influence of something, but I wasn't. And every day that I woke up, it was like, I felt like, hey, I just smoked a pound or so of weed. And I'm like, why am I feeling this way? But how the day went, it went so rapidly, but everything that I talked about and asked for and petitioned for came so quick. And it was like, wait a minute, this is different. This is different from any other energy that I've experienced before. So you felt like the divide pushed away, and for some it slowed it down because other people I know, it was like, man, things are dragging. But for me, it sped it up. It was a go for me. And there was my brother. He lives in West Virginia. He was like, man, he said, it just seems like things are going so much faster. And he said, I was out doing my thing, and I saw people, and it's just the people were just the same people in my neighborhood were acting differently, and it's like they were in slow motion, or they were just kind of trying to get through something, trying to barely get through the day. It seemed like otherwise things had slowed down, but that energy, the vortex opened up. I saw things. Look, I kind of wait to go to sleep to see to visualize and to meditate. I was visualizing and meditating. With the words that I was thinking about, I was chanting about things in my mind, and visuals came during, brought up in daylight when I was awake, and I was like, "Whoa, hold
Mm.
on a second, this is different," and it was. And I think how it affected the world was a lot different than normal. But it's not just the moon. I think it's the age. The age has changed, and things. I think we're going to start seeing things going in a direction that we have never seen before. One thing that I see a lot is politics. Politics is like a bad record. They play the same song over and over and over again. I think that's getting ready. I think it's getting ready to be something so much different than it was
Listen,
before. But yeah,
I'm
that's
in
the
agreement. I'm in agreement.
yeah, right, yeah. But that's how it's affected me so far. And then I'm looking forward to it. I know the moon is gone, but I'm looking forward to other things happening. That's gonna change it. So I think everybody should kind of buckle down and get ready for it, for an ultimate change, and especially supporting it and a push for our youth, because with the change, we know that they're gonna have to be the ones that manage it, because we're getting older. But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, this new
Yeah.
energy has been simply amazing. I've had
Right.
personal breakthroughs psychologically.
Hmm.
I've had
Hmm.
certain things emotionally that came up that has been dormant for I don't know how many years. I've been
Hmm.
able to access realms and
Hmm.
understanding within myself. So a
Right.
lot of time when people go about realms, they want to go outside of themselves in order to enter the
Right.
realm. And this new
Right.
energy, you're able to delve deeper within yourself. You're able
That's
to
it.
unfold
Mm.
and reveal that which is divine within you, and then you
Right.
utilize it, live in it, and you walk in that every single day. You're not sitting here
Yeah.
thinking. You're not saying. You're not just saying an affirmation. You're being the
It's
affirmation. That's
happening.
the new
That's
age.
it. That's it. That's it.
And
That's
so
it.
a lot of time with this new energy come along, I mean, even for myself, when it first came, I say, man, this seems like it's a little intense.
Right.
And my spirit said, why would it be intense? Why wouldn't it be just new energy? And I just had to sit back and
Wow.
was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
something so profound. But how many
Right.
people don't pay attention to their own spirit because they are always on the
Right.
go? They may not
That's
have
it.
time for meditation. And you know,
Right.
there was a visualization technique. I don't remember the book it was in, but I remember the technique. And the
Hmm.
technique was being able to replay your day going backwards until you got up in the
Mm.
morning. So that was a
Wow.
way. Oh, I think it was the power of awareness. I think it was by Nevin God or one of them.
Oh, Nevin Goddard.
The
Yeah.
book of it's called The Power of Awareness.
But it's by
That's the
Nevin
book it's
Goddard. Yeah.
called.
I know.
Yeah,
Nevin Goddard.
Power of
Yeah. I know
Awareness.
exactly.
Yeah, is the
Right.
book. But
Hmm.
he
Hmm.
described a technique of that from you getting into bed. From the time you get into bed, you replay it back all the way till you woke up that morning, and that's a way of bringing
Wow.
back and keeping your attention to that particular moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you don't
Right.
have that
Right.
book that I sent to you, let me know, and
Hmm.
I'll make sure you get that. Let me know
Gotcha.
if you got that or not.
Will do. Will do.
But
I
yeah,
think I did
this
get it. I've listened to a
I
couple
thought
of
so.
quite a few of
Yeah,
Neville
I
Goddard
thought
stuff,
so.
and I did get that one that you
Yeah,
sent me. Definitely.
yeah.
Hmm.
This new energy has been something that has allowed me to see that what's actually happening, what they prophesied about all of those years ago.
Hmm.
And when they talk about the end of the world and the end of the age, they got these storm and pestilence and all this bad. Well, here it is.
Right.
They prophesied about all the. Well, here it is.
There you go.
You
This
know
is
what I'm
it. This
saying?
is
This
it.
is it. They saying they will be wars, sickness.
That's
There
it.
will be there'll be a calamity upon the earth. There'll be
That's
storms.
it.
Okay, well here the storms tearing
The
up everything.
storms, two hurricanes back. Well, actually more than two. but two just
Okay.
devastating hurricanes back to back. It was actually, I think, four, and then there was
It
another
was
two
actually
after
4.
after
Yep.
that. Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
the most devastating ones was Helene and I think I can't
And
remember the
look,
name of the
Milton,
one that Milton. There you go, the one that went through Florida
motherfucker
again.
Milton.
That's but yeah, it's all happening. It's all those things are happening, and I remember watching Nostradamus as a kid, and remember some of the prophecies that he spoke about, and some of those things, a lot of those things are actually happening, and actually, I mean, just the testament of people that are in power, of how the world shifted, how the what the economy is doing, how people are affected by that poverty, just the deception. I mean, just so much stuff that is actually happening and we're actually looking at right now. Just the idea of this moment of poverty that he spoke about, um, and we look at the economy, how we're in inflation, and they still haven't given an answer to inflation at all. Period. They're just kind of letting it sit, and most people are getting. Most people are then man, everybody, the price of bread, the price of milk, all the stuff that you normally get that's cheap, it is completely ridiculous. And it's crazy. And it's harder for people to live. But he talked about that, those type of things. And that
Yeah.
energy, look, and nothing can be done without the universe answering back. You put negative stuff out in the energy, it's going to answer back. We're looking at the story that the universe is telling. You keep putting the negative stuff out there, this is the stuff that's going to keep coming back at you. That's why for me, I started building and doing things that is going to be good for the people around me and the community that I support. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah,
Facts.
it's
Facts. And
it's interesting.
you know what this new energy reminds me of too? Because
Hmm.
it just hit me while you was talking. The
Hmm.
hurricane that came through was Helen, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
The In the Norse mythology, the daughter of Zeus was Helen.
Wow. Right.
Okay, so she she was the daughter before
Right.
Thor.
That's
Okay,
right.
and she
Sure
was
was.
known as the goddess of what? Destruction.
Destruction. Oh man. So
Goddess
she
of
ripped up,
destruction. And what did she
man.
have on? All green, green and black.
Oh, that's it. Green and black.
Green
Oh
for the
my
heart, black
God.
for the carbon, black for the melanin.
That's it. That's it,
So
man.
this new energy, man,
Right.
is divine feminine energy.
That's
Ladies,
it.
you're
That's
probably
it.
going through an enormous amount of emotions right now. And
Right.
I'm a man.
Right.
And I
Right.
tell you right now, as a man
Hmm.
that's aware, that can
Hmm.
understand frequency and vibration, god
Right.
damn it. I asked a couple of women and I asked my daughter one day, I said,
Hmm.
how in the fuck do y'all do this shit every day, all day? If I'm
Man.
feeling it like that, and at that particular time, I had
Hmm.
microdose. So then
Okay,
the
gotcha.
energy was highly sensitive,
Right. Right.
And so the energy was so sensitive, I was just sitting and I was like, how do y'all do this shit every day? You know
Every
what I'm
day.
saying? Like I intaked a plant. And I only
Hmm.
did like a half a gram, like a gram. I didn't do anything major. I just did
Right.
microdose because it just was it's like a reset.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
and I was just sitting, I was like, man, the energy was so empowered. I was like,
Right.
damn. And I say,
And for my
women go
wife, it
through
was
this shit. Woo! So
yes.
imagine a woman that doesn't really understand energy or frequency or is not dealing with the shadow self. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to be
It's
going through a
painful.
lot of stuff right now, man.
Yeah, it's painful. It's painful
And the
for them.
brothers that's not acknowledging that divine feminine energy, they're going through a lot of
Mm.
shit because in their shadow work, they're denying themselves.
They're completely
And
denying
this new
themselves.
energy, because it's feminine, it's divine feminine
That's it.
energy, it's the
That's it.
power
That's
that
it.
rules all,
Right.
it's the power that gives birth.
That's
That's
it.
why
That's it.
that's why it's so powerful because it gives birth. We are in a
That's
rebirth.
it.
We are in an awakening. We're in a
Hmm.
transmutation. We're in an
Right.
aspect of change. And some
Hmm.
men, because they're stuck to their old ways and ideas, they're stuck to the way of thinking how a man goes versus
That's
thinking
it.
how a God leads. I wrote
That's
this shit
it.
down the
That,
other day. Hold on, let me say what it said.
right.
I
Gotcha.
wrote this shit down a couple weeks ago. Say,
Hmm.
man is flawed in his thinking, God is righteous in his being.
Well, as you say that, man, and that's the separation between your thought pattern.
Yeah.
If you believe that you are worthy of that title, and you live and embody that, then you can't connect to the idea of being a man or flesh and blood, because it wasn't intended for us to be that at all. Period. So being that and accepting that and being worthy of that puts you in that place. But
Mm-hmm.
also knowing, you have to also sit back and know that this creation, everything that was created, even the interruption of any of it is a bit painful and a bit distorting. But we have the power to put it back in place. So that's what's happening. Our energy, the energy of us, is putting it
It's
back in
returning.
place. Yeah, that's
It's
it.
returning.
That's it. That's
It's
it. That's it.
returning. That you know,
That's it.
I've been hearing so much about this black sun for the past 2 years
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I was like, man, I started digging around and the brother today, be there. I think it's
Hmm.
1014 10114 be there.
Right.
Just type him up
Hmm.
on YouTube, family. The brother
Hmm.
is dropping and he gives you receipts piece by piece, piece by piece, piece by piece.
That's it. That's it.
And he was just really breaking down this new energy and he correlates the black sun to actually being within us. So actually we are the expression of the black sun.
For the
And
black
I was
sun, I believe it.
laughing like
I
a
believe
motherfucker.
it.
And I was like, that's why they want the melanin. That's why they want the
That's it.
plasma. That's why they want the
That's
ideas.
it.
That's why they want to hug and touch you. And again, I go out in the day and I have the Wahiti tribe. They want to open doors for me. They want to, can I pay for this for you? I'm sorry you had to wait
That's
in line.
it.
Can I pay for
That's
this for
it.
you? No, ma'am. You no, sir. I'm
Right.
good. I'm good. Oh no, I got it. I
That's
got it.
it.
I got it. And
That's it.
it makes me understand when I'm in my royal attire,
That's it.
I get that response. If
That's
I'm
it.
just in
That's
some
it.
regular chaps shirt or some regular blue jeans, I don't get that same type.
No, no,
So I
no,
know it's
no.
all about too, because they understand what that symbol is. They understand what it is. We have to
That's
get
it.
back, and this
That's it.
new energy is all about
That's it.
being that which we are.
That's it. And
If
that's
you're not being authentic in what you are, and
hmm
there's been a scientific thing, and you can chop it on TikTok or YouTube, where they're talking about authenticity is 6,000
right.
times more powerful than love. Now,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
was taught love was the most powerful thing. It was.
No, authenticity
Now
is being
we
your
come to
authentic self. Yep,
woo.
being exactly who you are. No, no. I mean, and again, I think we talked about this a few days ago. Sometimes you get so caught up in answering the world's call to be what the subliminal is telling you to be. But if you can build yourself from within, and you're building your authentic self, and nobody can match that. Nobody can go against it, because that's who you are. Once you start putting on this false face and wanting to be something that you're not, it's a struggle, it's a fight. And that's when most people begin to lose their mind, or their mind begins to be challenged, because they're trying to be something that they're not. When you are your complete authentic self, when you back off and be who you are authentically, even if you don't know what that is, it's just shut out the noise. Turn
Right.
out the TV for a few hours during the daytime. Take a walk. Just and
Mm-hmm.
be without your phone for an hour or two, and then
Come on.
you'll start feeling a little bit different, because you weren't born with any of that stuff. You weren't born with the influences. You're born from whatever was natural inside of your mother. You're born with an energy. You're born with this energy. Once you feel that again, I don't think you want to turn back, because my rebirth with regards to to meditate was the basis of meditation. Yeah, I was looking around trying to match doing what people I thought about what if the world would have wanted me to be, but that was just it. That's what the world wanted me to be. You get bullied into that sometimes, or you feel like you need something so bad that you're just gonna go with the flow. That flow sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with you, and sometimes you got to sidestep the system in order to find out who you are. And when that happens, the universe answers like
every
no
time,
other. Things will fall in
every
place
time.
like no other because you are being your authentic self, and that's the power of manifestation. That's the power. That's the power of your energy connecting with other people or finding people that are on a positive level to support you. All that stuff. That's what happens when you become or even begin to lean into your authentic self. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You couldn't have said it no better than what you just laid out for
Yeah.
everybody, man. Because it's so true. Just being
Yeah.
authentic, it's a magnet.
That's it.
It's a
That's it.
magnet. When you being
That's it.
yourself, you're gonna attract the right people. You're gonna attract
That's
the
it.
right situation. You're gonna
That's it.
attract the right circumstances. I ran into a
Mhm.
brother the other day while I was on a shift, and me and him talked. We must be talking about 40 minutes. We switched numbers. I was like, man, I gotta talk to you outside of this place, man, where you ain't at work and I don't gotta be somewhere. And he was like, yeah, man, we can do
Right.
that. We both
Mhm.
interested in music, and we both,
That's it.
on that next level of understanding. And I was
Right.
like, man,
Right.
definitely, bro. I said, okay, all right, cool. He
Right.
has a
Right.
business he already working with, so I was already shaking my head at him on that. Okay, cool.
There you
He
go.
just
That's it.
starting
That's
out,
it.
so I was like, look, bro, maybe we can get together. Maybe I could be able to assist you in your
That's it.
endeavors.
That's it. That's
So
it. That's it.
it
That's
was a wonderful moment, man, to
it.
just to
Hmm.
be able to meet new people and new energy. That's what this new energy is
Right.
about.
That's it.
If you are in life right now and you're not doing the thing that excites you, that you have a passion for, that you're not attracting
Hmm.
the right people, and you still feel like you in a funk and things ain't
Right.
going your way and things are still
Right.
hard for you. If things are hard for you right now, you
Mm.
probably not going in the right direction.
No.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
just saying.
Exactly.
It's new energy.
Exactly.
Everything is supposed to
That's
happen for you right now is supposed to be new.
it.
You're not
That's it.
supposed to be in the same thought pattern. You're not supposed to be in the same frequency. You're not supposed to be in the
No.
same vibration. You're not supposed to
No.
be nowhere where it's comfortable where you remember. And
Right.
from
Exactly.
how I was taught through my spirit was simply a memory can be something that
Mm.
catapults you or place you in a cage.
Exactly. That's
I
it.
said,
That's
God
it.
damn.
And man, when I tell you you have not, you know, I said, man, you hit the nail on the head because look, I learned this. I learned this and it was what I said the hard way. And there was a part of time in my life where I just floated through life. I did. Every person I connected with was a support. Every person that saw me for who I was, even when I really didn't see myself. But I didn't
Mm,
attach. I didn't put no weights on myself. When I say putting weights on yourself, that means, hey, there is. If you can stop and remember every word that you say, every word that you said when you were younger, or maybe even a year ago, every time you said it, you saw the benefits of it, you saw the manifestation of it almost immediately. That is you and your pure self. You see what I'm saying?
mm,
That is you and and the core of your pure self. The minute that I began to sit back and allow the system to do what it does, when I say that, I mean when I realized what the system was, when I realized the buy and sell of our soul, when I realized that, I was disencouraged. I wasn't encouraged. So it was like I felt and I believed that that was overtaking my life. So I went from that to trying to do something to go to push against it. No, being naturally who you are, being naturally who you are, it kills it because you don't care what they're doing. At this point, I don't care what they're doing. I don't care what they're saying. I really don't because it doesn't match. It doesn't help my life, and it doesn't match my energy. So, in order to become or get back to that place, look, forget about what the world is doing. there's a blue typing there's a blueprint in your soul that says this is the way the world your world is going to be the minute that you were born, whether it was fostered or not. At your teenage to adulthood, you still believe that you can conquer the world, and the world that you believe that you conquer was your own, or create was your own. You see what I'm saying? So if you can get back to that, because the system again, this whole this whole same old song, this political same old song, they can't do anything for us. They can't help us. They're too busy arguing and fighting with themselves. So they're not helping the people. And for you sitting back and waiting for them to help you, it's not gonna do anything for your life. It's not gonna support your life at all, period. Step back, take the record off and play the record of your own soul. When you do that, that's a melody that nobody can change. Nobody can interrupt. That's who you are. Do that. Do that for yourself. Do that for yourself.
Listening to that cosmic orchestra. That's what I call it,
That's
a
it.
cosmic
That's it.
orchestra.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Dance to
Hmm.
that tune of your
That's it.
cosmic orchestra. And
Orchestra.
all
That's it.
tunes gonna be different. None of
That's
us
it.
have the same understanding of what that frequency is
That's
expressing
it.
itself through us.
That's it.
So we're not
That's it.
we shouldn't think the same, yet we should be able to build with each other based upon the frequency of
That's it.
evolution.
That's it.
And
That's
from
it.
that statement, we're going to move into our next segment that we're going to be talking about tonight, which I'm excited about, is the
Mm-hmm.
new age of evolution.
That's it.
The new age of evolution. And when I talk about the new age of evolution, a lot of people automatically going to go to technology, which
That's it.
is a great thing because
That's it.
technology will allow us and afford us to do things in which we probably wasn't able to do before, especially when it comes to
Right.
business, especially when
Right.
understanding how to protect ourselves from certain aspects, certain
Right.
things where when it just comes to learning and building an infrastructure for yourself, for the
That's it.
ideas that you have for yourself. Technology can
Right.
definitely be a number one sector to that. But the
Mm-hmm.
age of evolution, I'm talking about technology. I'm talking about the avatar. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about the human consciousness. I'm talking about the
That's it.
divine
That's it.
consciousness that is on its evolution stage.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
We on
That's
a
it.
stage of evolutionary consciousness that it will
Mm-hmm.
liberate every person on this planet
That's
if
it.
they are willing to adhere to their own divine nature. Now, ain't that
That's
something?
it. That's it.
The age of
That's it.
evolution don't come until the nature of divinity is recognized by the one who is divine.
Who is divine? There you go. That's it.
So can you
That's it.
talk to me about this age of evolution and how we, some of our brothers and some of our sisters, don't see themselves at that
Mhm.
technology of being divine?
And I'll say this. I've been saying this for to start. To start, I'll say this is not an old concept. It's not a
No.
young concept. This is a very age old concept. It started with us and it's going to end with us. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because we're that technology. Everything that you're seeing is just they just didn't embark on this country or on the world. It's been since I mean I can't even put a number on it, but it's been this way since before were even thought of. You see what I'm saying? And depending on what you believe, we've been here more than once. And for me, I've been here more than once, and I know the technology they're putting out right now is the basis of who we are. We the idea that we can build something, that we can create something. The idea that the let's pick the record player for one, or let's pick a vehicle. You think this is the first time a vehicle has been thought of? No, it hasn't been. And I'm not just talking about in the 1980s or the T model in the 1800s. We're talking about way back. We're talking about Egypt. We're talking about Kemet. We're talking about these are the places to where they were embodied in technology. They were embodied with the street lights and flushing toilets. All the rest of the stuff was in existence already because it came in our thoughts. Our DNA is endowed with all of the things that have been created or can be created. we the only thing that made us pause is because people did it on a level like before we were born. If we saw it before we were born, it was already created. So when we saw it, we felt like, hey, we didn't have any responsibility to building it, but we did. Our DNA did. We're talking about the first person that did a. They said the first person that did the heart transplant was Dr. Williams, black man, Dr. Williams. I can't remember from Vivian Williams he was the first one to do an open heart surgery and perfected open heart surgery. Before they were trying to do it over and over again, they could not because the people that were doing it, they were not they were not the people or the ones that created the it wasn't in their DNA to do it. So we had to rely on the people. He had to rely on the people that wasn't it was in their DNA. So it's everything from that to peanut butter to stoplights to to things that are the computers. I mean, everything that was created is just again,
Microphone,
yeah,
telephone,
everything. Nothing was done
lights.
just now, and it all came from us. It all came from our technology. It all came from our DNA. We built this, and it was not. Again, it was not just. It wasn't just something. You get excited about stuff that come out like this, like the app, the iPhone that's been out like 5 or 6 times, or 16 and 20 times. Now they're working on number 17 or 18. That is not to new technology. The system of creating it was built by us. The idea of welding or soldering that didn't come from that didn't come from them. They lean on other people and they see what they do and they take it and they use it for themselves and they mass produce it. And the thing that they had was control over the people that were doing it. So they claimed it to be theirs. If you ever worked for a company and you invented something, they'll say, hey, we claim intellectual property, your intellectual property because you work for us. 9 times out of 10, that's how everything, everything that is we consider technology was created. They mass produced it, taking somebody else's cre- cre- creative work, and they claimed it. For a long time, I didn't believe that we were capable of doing anything because everything I saw was claimed by somebody that was from the Wahite tribe. That's not true.
Listen,
When I took a step back and I saw what happened in Black Wall Street, when, when I saw the other cities around the country that were innovative and we had economies that were so tight that not a dollar left and we supported each other and we were innovating things as well, I realized that our DNA was structured like that and it came from us, period. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I
but
didn't mean to cut
here's the other aspect that I want to just add on to that. So with
you.
you saying that within our DNA, we understand
Hmm.
that is within us. So in this age of evolution that we are actually currently in right now, because we are all at a
Hmm.
state where we're seeing all of these changes happen all around us, whether we
Hmm.
going with the epidemic that happened, we're
Right,
going with
right,
what
right.
happened with the shutdown, with the schools, we
Mhm,
going with the jobs, inflation
mhm,
still happening, people are still getting sick. A lot of people are still going through something. We see the
mhm,
controversy all in the news media with entertainers,
mhm,
sports, and the whole nine
mhm,
yards. So the greatest thing about this age of evolution is actually
mhm.
what's happening within us. The actually
Right.
avatar itself.
Mhm.
So can you talk to me a little bit about some of the things that are actually happening to us at this particular time right now?
Wow. So what do we have? We went from the Spanish flu to COVID-19 that still
Oh, don't
exists.
say the word. Don't say that phrase. Don't say
I'm
that
sorry.
phrase. They'll ban you. Don't say that phrase. They'll ban you.
Oh man,
Now
I'm sorry
they
about
might.
that.
I might
But
get
anyway,
flagged for this one.
oh
I hope
man,
I
I'm
don't get
sorry.
flagged
I
for
don't
this
mean to
one.
do. I apologize, man. But
Look,
we've had diseases.
call it the juice. You know what I'm saying,
The
or
juice.
something. Just call it the juice. Yeah, they took it. They took a shot of juice. They took a shot of juice.
They took a shot of the juice. They
Yeah.
drank the Kool Aid.
Yes. Yeah. Don't say that
They drank.
word. They they
I'm sorry,
they got
man.
that thing
But
banned bad on YouTube, bro. Like for real.
oh man,
You
really?
you
Oh man,
make
I
that
didn't know.
statement, that phrase right there.
It's over.
They come and get you.
Man, I apologize.
So
I apologize.
hopefully,
But they drink
hopefully,
too
hopefully we'll make it. But if not, I get an
much.
email in the morning.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that.
Listen, listen.
Right,
That's what we on, bro. It's you
right,
just speaking freely. You see what I'm saying?
right, right,
So you
right.
speaking
Yeah.
freely is something
Mhm.
that should be okay. But here we
Right,
are on
right.
platforms that
Yeah,
that still
they
limit us and our ability to
right,
speak. So then you have to
right,
speak in code. So
right.
even in the and it's cool because we're in the age of evolution where
That's
everything
it.
is coded anyway. So
Right,
either
right,
you
right.
understand how to read the code or you believe what anybody tell you.
That's it.
So
That's
I
it. That's
I'll,
it.
I'll just piggyback and say on the age of evolution with the avatar with
Hmm.
us, what they Bobby Hemming talked about it years ago, that there's going to be coming a time when the junk DNA go online. Well, here we in that time with a junk DNA
With the junk
going
DNA
online.
is going
So
online.
the
Right,
things that we once couldn't do, the things that we once
right.
couldn't hear, uh, fellas, some of you fellas in this particular time may be feeling a little bit more emotional than you
Most definitely.
normally would feel. And I would
Hmm.
say, fellas, to that, some of you may be an empath because I'm an empath.
That's it.
I can feel shit like a motherfucker.
That's it.
I
That's
don't
it.
feel it
That's it.
like the oracles on the plane.
Mhm.
I don't.
Right.
I'm not that now. I'm not in oracle land. But definitely being able to be
Empathic.
aware of the energy that's
Yeah.
around me, the energy that I come into contact with, the
Right.
energy that I
Right.
surround myself with, that
Right.
I'm in very constant aware of. And
Right. Right.
if it's not that, it'll be adjusted really quickly because you're not gonna put energy around me that's not growing, that does not enhance
That's
my
it.
life. If it doesn't
That's
enhance
it.
me, I got no time for it. So the
Yeah.
enhancement is learning how to take better care of ourselves. So I think a
Right.
lot of people right now are, learning to walk a little bit more, exercise a little bit more, getting a little bit more sunlight is a plus getting some sunlight. But now we're
Right.
going into the winter season. What should I do? Eat more green
That's it.
because we're talking about being able to allow on a cellular level for you to tap in and be in one on a cellular level with the avatar.
That's it. That's it.
You want to be there on a conscious level and be aware of the frequency that's coming in that's so impactful that enhances us right now. So in this
Yep.
age of evolution, get into some meditation. If you don't know
Right.
meditation, learn meditation. If you don't know how to learn meditation, find me on any social media at Impossible, Prince King God,
Mhm.
Impossible Talk That Crap. You can send me an email at impossiblevcd@gmail.com. So if you
Got you.
have any problems going through this right here, and I put it in the chat as well. So then if you going through the chat and you really need to reach out to somebody, you can reach out there and
Hmm.
you can hit my email and then we can go through some meditative techniques. And you can just learn how to do some meditation. It's really not that difficult. But that's
That's
what
it.
this new evolution is letting go of old ideas and concepts.
Right.
I had a previous show I did where it was talking about mental models and things that we model that we may not know that may be haphazardous to us. It could
Right.
be the destruction to us, and we
Right.
don't know it because all we know it as is to be a way of thinking, a way of being. And so
Right.
that same way of being may be destructive to us when actually
Right.
we at a point in time where we're looking to be evolution
That's it.
ourselves. We coming into a whole new place of understanding who we are and where we are. Whether we're talking about alien beings that they say that's coming upon the planet, and people
That's
talking about, well, I
it.
can't believe that's happening. How we cannot believe there's no other life in the galaxy. In the galaxy. If anybody watching this program, go back and take a look at the Milky Way galaxy and see where Earth at inside the Milky Way galaxy. And
Mm.
tell me, and all of that, we the only people in the universe, Craig.
Right.
Come on
No.
now, come on now.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
That's crazy. They done made
Yeah.
they done made thousands and thousands of movies of us interacting with aliens. Yet we're
Right.
gonna sit here and say they're not real. That's just a movie. They
right,
programming you.
right.
Dr. Phil Valentine said a long time ago, they got to tell you the truth before they do it.
They do. They do. They do.
They got to
They
tell you
have.
the truth before they do it. So when they put it in these movies and these things and they tell you, oh, it's fun, it's okay, it's cool. But understand, they did tell you.
They did.
They told you that they
They
looking to
did.
kill you.
That's it.
So in
But you
this
just
new age of evolution, if you're not taking care of your mind, your body, your soul in a way, then you're left to the destruction, the distraction, and disaster that they have planned.
you got, and you have just the idea of being aware of all of this, or being aware of what you put in your body, being aware of how you take care of your body. I mean, from the way you brush your teeth, the way you wash your hair, the way you wash your body, all of that is important because those things affect you as an individual, affects your avatar completely. It does. It breaks it down. It's not when you hear about it. I mean, I just there's some things I want to say, but I can't say it because I realize it's it's, it's not the right thing to get you in trouble. But
Code
there's
it.
some things.
Code the words. Code the words. They'll
So
figure it out. Just throw the code out.
so just the things that you use, the thing that you use to wash yourself, the things that you use to brush your teeth. When I say brush your teeth, I mean that clogs your pineal gland, that puts you in a place that put you in a state of being where you can't feel you don't know what your energy is, or you can't feel your energy. You can't feel the energy of anybody else or the person standing next to you. Like you're saying with regards to being empathic, all those things are the original are come from you originally. When you know that you are in the beginning and it begins to die out and it doesn't feel the same way as it used to, the 9 times out of 10, you're doing something to your body, you're adding something to your life that's not natural, that keeps you from feeling that energy like you felt it originally. Just like oh goodness. I can't code it. I'm trying to think of codes, but I can't code it. But
Hey,
anyways, at the end of
hey,
the day,
he said
at the end of
I
the
ain't coded. And see
day,
that's the thing
I
about
normally,
because
yeah, I
you
speak
know
so
when we talk
freely.
off when we talk
Yeah,
off camera, we just
hmm
talk when we talk.
you say it
So then when we
exactly.
get on these platforms, now I'll talk to you off camera, but yeah, when we
Right,
get on these
gotcha.
particular platforms, we have to
Mm-hmm.
be able to say what we want to say
Right,
unapologetically and it be okay and it not be
right.
something that we can be potentially banned for or
Gotcha.
being certain videos being taken down and you're not able to utilize the
Right,
information anymore. So yeah, we got to
right,
play the game right at this particular moment. And
right.
you know, as we grow, we'll change the ability to play the game.
No, that's
Because
it.
that's what
That's it.
we in the age of evolution. So in this new age of
Right,
evolution, it's like we playing a new game. So we no
that's it.
longer just playing just football, baseball, and basketball. We playing cosmic hoops.
That's
We
it.
playing
That's it.
cosmic liberation.
That's it. That's it. Exactly. There you go.
We playing
That's it.
divine rights. Toss
That's
your
it.
energy. Toss
That's
your
it.
energy. we we playing a different game. So
Right.
yeah.
Completely.
So
Completely. Yeah.
and all of what's been happening with the politics, with the weather been going on, the new
Mm-hmm.
energy that's been happening right now,
That's it.
the emotional, psychological aspect of people today. Sometimes when you talk to people, man, you you talk to some people and they are excited as hell about
Right.
what's going on right now in life. And then you talk to
Mm-hmm.
some people and the world is doomed.
That's it.
And like so
And
what
then
can
some
you
don't even
share
know about
about
it.
the mentality of what's next? Like what type of mentality would you need to have? Because we understood if you in your God state, what's next is
Mm-hmm.
easy. We're talking to the
That's it.
ones that may not understand what's next. They may be at a point in time where they're stuck in their jobs. They may be at a point in
Right.
time where they're struggling in a bad relationship. They may be at a
Right.
point in time where they just lost a loved one in their family, a brother, sister, mama, cousin, anywho in
Right.
life, an uncle,
Right.
somebody that was very impactful to him. Maybe a young child, he just lost or she just lost a mentor. that was very
right,
detrimental, that very inspirational to her or him.
right,
It gave her the reasons to go out and become better because of the
right,
information that they received. So we're talking to the
right,
youth and our young people that is going through it. And
right,
what would
right,
you say will be next for them? Because there's so much change happening so fast, as you stated earlier. Some of the things
right,
that you just thought about and you implemented into your life, it came so fast. Bam, 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 bam.
right, right, right. So I
Could you
think
speak on
so.
what's
Most
next?
so I believe what's next is the full evolution of where we started. And when I say where we started, I mean who we are as a people. So if you don't have it in your mind or your thoughts, or you don't have a full understanding, seeking understanding of what it is or what we were originally. Sometimes we get caught up in the world, and again, the most discouraging thing is not realizing that you have this control or that you are able or capable of moving forward with your own words or beginning to manifest life for yourself. So I'm saying to you guys, you've either encountered someone that was telling you, "Hey, these things are going to happen. When they do, this is what you should do." Or if you don't, if you know somebody like that, or if you're listening to this platform, man, Brother Impossible gives an astute knowledge about who you are from the inside. Learning yourself from the inside, and understanding meditation, understanding your who you are as a person. But if you haven't, if you're not there, just start working on that. Start working on yourself. Start looking on the inside. Start working on your God self, or your or authentic self, like we were saying in the beginning. Who are you authentically? We're asking the question. So begin to think about, who am I authentically? How do I, what kind of family do I want? Do I have to live in the chaos that I'm living in? No, you don't have to live in the chaos you're living in. If your family is a specific way and there's chaos there, you have the power, you have the energy, you have the ability to balance it out. What do you look like? What does it look like to be balanced? What it looks like to be balanced is to have to be able to know who you are when you wake up, or to create a plan for your life. Create a plan for your life, make goals, and begin to implement the goals. It's going to be hard the first time around. It's going to take, what is it, 21 days to create a new habits? Think about the
Mm-hmm.
habits that you have now. Think about the things that you're doing right now and whether they serve you or not. If they don't serve you, sit down and talk about what you actually want instead of allowing life to pull you from side to side or front to back, and take control of your life. You need to, because things are not going to get easier. They're going to get harder. And the idea that we're in an inflation and the dollar that you were making before doesn't make sense for your life and does not help your life at all, period. You need to think of another plan instead of getting out there and working 20 jobs and killing yourself. There's a better way to do this. There's a better way to get out and to make a plan, and to do something that doesn't require you to sell your time for what you need. And I know the system has been around you for this long, and it's almost a requirement to live, but it isn't a requirement to live. You can build your own. I mean, these days you can do just about anything, and create a business to do better than where you're at now. Because what happens is you get into a deep depression, and you begin to sit back and determine, hey, I'm not getting out of bed today. I'm gonna yank this cover over my head and forget it. That this is the end of life for me. It's not the end. It only means that they're creating a world that you can't compete with. But it's their world that they created, not yours. You can create your own world. You can create it by the words that you say and the plan that you make. And the more you begin to do this, the more your energy is going to change. When your energy changes, you're gonna attract other people around you that's going to be supportive to what you're doing, or on the same road that you're on, and you're able to rely on them. I'm not saying that your family's not you can't rely on your family, but we all know that sometimes getting out on your own and doing your own thing is the best thing for you, your children, and then maybe later on your family's watching you do what you do, and they'll follow suit, or they want to know what it takes to get there. You see what I'm saying? So it's not it's gloom and doom right now if you don't know and if you don't have a plan. Create a plan. If it's sitting at work on your idle time, scratching on a piece of paper what it looks like or what it feels like to be in this different space. I know you dreamed at least once or twice about having enough. We're not talking about being super wealthy. We're talking about being sustained, having enough to where there's more money than the month, and you can put some stuff away, put some money away, $2 or $3 away, and start investing. Those are some of the things that you can do to begin to change the way your existence looks like. You don't have to sit down and take it. You don't have to accept it. These are just circumstances, and you're completely you're completely endowed and well above it, so you can change it. And again, like we were saying earlier, there is something inside of you. If you begin to look inside, that gives you the edge and the power. There's a an evolution that's waiting to break in your life, and it's probably peaked out a couple of times, but you just didn't know how to get down and begin to make and help the change happen. I'm telling you, to help the change happen, look beyond your circumstances, look beyond what you're doing now. Yeah, your 9 to 5 is okay for right now, but these structures, these changes that are happening in the world, these companies that are shutting down, and you're part of the company, it only hurts moving forward because it's harder to get a job. We have companies that have been in business for years that aren't hiring people. They're just like I'll say, for instance, a couple of other companies that you go to frequently, restaurants that don't open the that don't open the lobby anymore. They just have two people working out the window. They're not hiring people like they were before. And that's because of the unforeseen circumstances over the past 5 or 6 years. You see what I'm saying? So you can rise above it. Just because you see it, it doesn't mean that everything has been done. Just because you fathom it and you see something that looks like it doesn't mean that you can't do it and you can't do it better. You see what I'm saying? So prepare for your life. Prepare for the life that you want, not for what is in front of you. Because if you continue to you continue to live with what's in front of you, everybody in the world is controlling how that happens. But you're not controlling what's happening in your own life and your own family. You can change it. You can make the change.
Yeah, for sure. The only thing that I would add on top of that too is, if you're going through something, be able to deal with the ability to heal, especially as young men. They have the ability to heal, the ability to forgive. Ladies, the same thing. Have ability to forgive, have ability to heal. A lot of times, and this what's next is us really coming together as a unit. Be bringing that
Hmm.
unity back. Like I remember back in the day when Queen Latifah came out, she used to hit you with that unity.
That's it.
She hit you with that unity, and that was a big banger because
Right,
everybody
right.
understood that we were one people. Like it
That's
didn't
it.
matter what
Hmm.
coast you was on; it was a unity
Hmm.
based upon who we are as a people, and we lost that, and we're now waking
Right,
back up to that. Hey,
right.
we one people right now, because I promise
That's
you,
it.
you cannot
Hmm.
do what you did to melanated people years ago physically in the open
No,
and think that's okay.
no.
Now you do it in the covert and you catching some people one on one and it's 10 of y'all. Yeah, y'all
That's
probably
it.
gonna get away with that.
Hmm.
You put it in
Hmm.
the public domain and this mi hermano, and there's other
Nope,
people that's
not gonna
watching,
happen.
you ain't one
Hmm.
of that.
It's
So
not
what's
going down,
next
sir.
is yeah.
Hmm.
And I say what's next too is the ability to stand up for yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't allow someone to run over you when you should be standing firm. You may need to
Hmm.
be a brick wall at a particular time, and then at other
Hmm.
times you may need to just, open the gates and let everybody just ride on through. So it is
Right.
is different. What's next is understanding again what Sigma Uno said is really knowing who you are.
Hmm.
You have to have the practical means in order for you to do what it is. So whether
Hmm.
it's spiritual alchemy, whether it's Kabbalah, whether it's occult science, whether it's the Gnostic Gospels, whether it's the Sefer Yeseda, which is another, whether it's the Tree of Life, the Book of Life, like whatever it is to get you to the state of coming back into your own as being
Right.
divine. That's what's next. Because what's
That's
next
it.
is your true unveilment and evolution of divine.
That's it. That's it.
We going
If we-
beyond the bullshit facade of you want to pretend to be who you are. I don't gotta pretend who I am. Everybody that been around me knows exactly who I am. If you don't been
That's
around
it.
me, you don't know who I am. You just don't know who I am. That's not my fault.
Exactly. Exactly.
But those who know
Yeah.
me and have been around me, they'll tell you it's the same day in, day out. My grandson say to me sometimes, Papa, it's too early for that. It's too early for that. It be 6 o'clock in the morning. I be want to play with him and want to box and stuff like that. And he be looking at me. He 8. He 8 years old. He look at me like, it's too early for that. Come on, let's go to the bus stop. Come on, let's go.
Right.
I don't do that. So it's the same thing where they just look at me and be like, yo, man, just chill out, man. You just got too much. What's next? Don't deny the energy that's coming into you. Don't deny the downloads. If you're sitting down one day and all of a sudden your spirit tell you, or quote unquote, because people don't understand spirit, you
Right.
hear something, that says, go do this, go do that.
Right.
Because I always tell people, when you talk about I hear something, you ain't heard shit but your divine. That's your spirit. I heard something.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did hear something. You heard you. Go do the shit you said you was gonna do.
That's it. That's it. And it's saying
So
it for a
let's
reason.
stop. Let's stop mystifying this thing of something told me. The something that tells you is your spirit. Just keep it like that.
That's it.
Something to tell you, that's your spirit. That's your divine understanding of what it is that you should be doing next. Whether you should sit at home, whether you should make the left. I went to jail one time for making a left turn versus a right turn. I went to jail for 7 days for driving under suspension. that's what the fuck was next.
That's it. That's it.
I made a left turn versus a right. I had to make the right turn.
Right.
Never had that situation.
Right.
I heard right, but in my mind, I knew if I made that left turn, I can get where I'm going to fast. Well, it didn't work out that way. So I just say, what's next? Listen to that divine spirit. Listen to that thing that really guides you. You know, we always asking for guidance. You know, we always praying, whatever religion that we are part of, we always praying. So we're praying in spite of all the different religions. There's something in prayer that you also supposed to be able to receive. So as much as you sending up prayer, you're supposed to be able to receive the answer to your prayer.
Right.
So if you ask a question of God, do I supposed to be taking this job? Somewhere or another, God's supposed to be giving you a sign. Allah, Buddha, Shiva, whoever you're talking to. Somebody's supposed to give you some type of guidance about whether that job, whether that person, whether that situation is the best situation for you.
That's it.
What's next is being really aware of your own divine presence. And right now, they're going to give you every spooky thing in the world versus your own divinity. Because they know once you understand your own divine, everything else is done with. It's over.
That's it.
It's like understanding they're all mind. The universe is mental. When you understand the universe is mental, you ain't emotional too much no more. You like, well, shit. If it's mental, the emotion is some bullshit.
That's it. That's it.
If it happened mental first.
That's it. That's it.
So, you know, to hear too hot and too hey, ha 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 ha, whatever they say. and our closing remarks, anything you want to leave, man, because we had this new energy, we had the new age of evolution, we had what's next. You gave some beautiful points tonight in every aspect, whether it came to energy, evolution, and what what the young ones can really utilize to move forward. Anything specifically that you want to leave with the people today?
Sometimes you have to reevaluate your standards. Everyone has
Mm,
a standard that they have something that they learned when they were growing up from their grandparents or their parents or some family member, something that you always heard them say, and something that you knew that worked for them because you saw it work for them. Sometimes you have to reevaluate the standard. Whatever your standard was, whatever their standard was, you have to sit back and say, hey, this is what worked for them. Maybe this will work for me because this is what burns in my soul. This is how I feel. This is what my standard is. Go back and take a hard look at what your standard is, reevaluate that. And look, every little small change you make to make it to the next level, you'll see the change happen. You'll see the manifestation of the changes that you make. Keep leveling up, keep making the changes, because again, there's some things that are happening that you're going to be able to deal with because you're preparing yourself to deal with it for a positive life for yourself.
hmm And I'll say for my closing remarks that understand the power of love, self, and being true to self. The power of being true to self. That is the most important part of this particular transmutation that we're going through, this metamorphosis that we're going through. Because we're getting rid of all the old masks that we once wore.
Right.
You know, somebody would have to wear a mask to go to work. You had to wear a mask at the parent-teacher conference. You had to wear a mask with your significant other. You had to wear a mask if you was at home with your children. Take
Right.
off all of the masks. Take off all of the masks and realize a new energy. Be authentic and true to self. Be that which you know you are, and stay consistent with that. Don't allow situations or circumstances to detour you based upon how you want to do.
Right.
You want to do something impactful in your life, do that's impactful in your life. Don't let nobody else determine how you do what you do in life. You do it for yourself. What's your why? You know, I ask my daughter all the time, what's your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? When your why is true, you'll wake up in the morning when you don't want to, but you get your ass up anyway. Because you understand your why. You understand why you're doing what you're doing. You understand who benefits from that. Not only you benefit from that, but others benefit from that. When you know you can impact others, you know that you're a blessing to others, you know that your service, your gift, your purpose, you know that what you bring into this realm right now. I don't care if you knew along your journey. It doesn't matter. Be true to that. A lot of times people say, well, I don't know what you know. I don't care. I didn't know what I know, and I still don't know certain things, and I'm still in the process of learning. Because again, I've heard the Black Sun for years, and now just really digging into it and was like, oh my God, there's aspects of us that we really don't understand. So I would say always be authentic to self. Be true to you. Never let nothing or no one take you off of your journey. Because that's the most important part of your life is your own personal journey. Why you came to experience life in this realm. Why you chose to come at this particular time, at this particular moment in the cosmos, you chose to have this experience. There's a reason why. So with that, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for another great episode tonight of Talk That Crap. And with that, I'm going to say peace, love, blessings, and power. Talk that crap.
Talk that crap.
Line of haters observe but not to support, to discourage. Vision so passionate it's disturbing. Creator rise, I was positive surging. Cosmic folks see emergence. Brain of eternal, hands on my time. Impossible prince can God watch you step in the mind. Soul triggers, power holy divine righteousness.